So this is MSHARE, Savannah on Savannah Finance. The launchpad was Mad Meerkat again, yield farming platform, and MSHARE is the share token, the part of the revenue model for the platform. So something again that's earned over the course of farming yield on this platform, and is just seeing continued downside, as is its cousin SVN on the same platform after the massive sell event that we saw yesterday and the day before on St. Patrick's Day. Wasn't so lucky, who would know? So we saw some recovery back up to that 12,000 range, which was, that was a massive event to see it climb through that 10,000 range for the early investors and stuff. It had moved all the way, and that's why I'm wondering why we were looking at such a choppy view. We were looking at a 1 hour, tend to look at the 4 hour. You can see that it's come all the way up from its its lows in the ICO of 5,165 ish, I think, dollars 200. Just as a rough estimate, all the way up then again to 14,000 high. And you can see that 5,000 range was well below the initial investments during the, it wasn't, sorry. Okay, so yeah. So the ICO was actually $600. Excuse me. That's what I was wondering. I was thinking myself, that wasn't the range, was it? So you can see that we've a massively calm volume at the moment. That the platform, hopefully, you could see as relatively stable. It has volume moving in and out of it, but after this sell event, that's why I would say we could see continued downside close to some of those levels we had seen back at the end of February, at least, or middle February, off the ICO drop, the initial investors drop. I suppose the hopium would have been that this was our initial run up. We were going to start seeing continued uptrend. But obviously this event has just knocked the, knocked the socks off, so to speak, of Savannah and MMF. So just in recovery at the moment, want to be careful of again. I suppose our testing ranges are definitely the late 8,000. You can see it had some strength back there, and it seemed to be hitting a resistance point at 9,100. So we're kind of testing back down to that already. I don't know if there would be much more support for it again. I suppose you can kind of see some here very roughly around the 6,500 and up to the 7,000 range. For now, definitely one to be very careful of, because I imagine we see continued sell pressure on a share token. It forms a lot of people's profits. It's what sits there as profit for a lot of people. So maybe further protecting of investments after this news event. So for now, definite testing ranges into the 9,000s and below, 8,500 and up. Look for some support for there in the next 24 hours. So we'll check in and see what happens to that afterwards. Again, be on Discords, have a look at news, check out white papers and mediums, do all your research on these kinds of things. One to be careful of for now, the Savannah and Mad Meerkat tokens just turning around. And since this is the last one, if you're checking out MSHARE clip, that's why I'm kind of summarizing here. Overall, yeah, we would see probably continued sell pressure because of people simply wanting to take profits on a revenue token. So that's that for MSHARE on Savannah Finance.